back, fans out there. Welcome again. Oh my God, I haven't done OliveOllichat in a while, but now I'm back. But I'm back with a heartbroken story. As you can tell from the title, the title is "We Broke Up." So for those who follow me on social media, and if you don't, which is sure, you probably know my ex-boyfriend, Stefan. I used to post him a lot. I used to post him while we, doing, different activities together and stuff. So if you follow me on my social media, you probably know him very well. And I also have a couple videos with him here on my YouTube channel. You should check it out. So yeah, I just want to tell you that yes, me and Stephen, we broke up. We're not together. We're not a couple anymore. We're not lovers anymore. I know it's sad, but yeah. So we broke up. For those who don't know our story, which we have a story of how we met. I think no boyfriend and girlfriend tag there. So me and Stephanie, we started dating in early 2016. It was on like February. We dated, and then after several months, we broke up. When we broke up, we kind of like didn't talk to each other, but then we started talking to each other again, and we went back together early 2017. We started back together again after the first breakup. We back together early 2017, and we started dating. So we were dating again from 2017 until 2018. Few months ago, a couple months ago, like for a year and a half, and things happened. We the relationship started changing. Things went downhill, and we lost trust and stuff. And we started not, I guess, not treating each other fairly and stuff. And yeah, things changes. Things happen in a relationship. I mean, sometimes the way you find in love is not how it ends. When you find in love, you find in love because you love someone. You don't really plan it that you're gonna break up, that the relationship is gonna end. It's always like a big butterflies that you have. They just feel like you're in it to stay in it, and they just find your princess charming, whatever. So me and him, when we back together for after our first breakup, we didn't have like any plans of breaking up anything. We had a really like a strong girls. We had really long term girls. We thought that we were gonna marry each other someday. Matter of fact, things were getting close that we were even planning next year that we will get married or move in or go to court. Either we're gonna have a big wedding or move in or go to court. It was one of those three choices. So like we had like a big plans and everything, but and of course we had been knowing each other for two and half 5 years, 2.5 years, and 2 years and like 7 months. That was a long time to know somebody while you're dating. And we had been in like in a real relationship for like 1 year and a half. This was like one of the longest relationship I've been in. Like because we met when I was like 24 years old and a half, and he was 25 and a half. Been dating 2.5 years, and now we just broke up when I'm 27 years old. So this was one of the longest relationship I've ever been in. One of the relationship I've been into and invested in my feelings in and stuff. Because before that, when I met Stephen, I wasn't dating anybody. Like it was just like I said like I was never been in a real relationship. I was always that girl who was like a home girl, like scared to talk to boys, thinking like I'm gonna get in trouble going to clubs and hanging out with boys and stuff. So I won't say like before that. I will say like I was in relationships, but it was only like for a couple months, or it wasn't like a real relationship. I would say, because but this one was like a more than almost 2 years and a half dating and stuff like that. So it was one of my serious relationship that I've been in and invested in my feelings and stuff. So it was my first real your relationship, you know. So that's why I just like it. I feel like it's a big deal for me because it gave me a lot of experience what being in love means and feel like, and it taught me a lot of stuff that I didn't know. I didn't grow a lot in the relationship. I think we both did. Him and I, like we both didn't grow a lot. So that's why I would say like it's heartbreaking to know that your face longest relationship that you thought it would grow even to be to last forever, it would just cut short like that. So, it was to the point where we are planning like a really, really long term words for us. But yeah, it happens and we are not together, which is heartbreaking. I know. Um, but of course, our relationship wasn't perfect. We did it faced ups and downs and obstacles, but we were always like it. Waiting to face it is challenging and solve them so we can save our relationship. But this time, yes, we failed. We failed big time. We failed. That's all I say. But yeah, in our relationship, yes, like I say, it wasn't perfect, but we really had a good times together. We also had like a challenging times together. It happens in a relationship. The relationship is about like growing and learning about who you are and stuff. It's not always perfect, but we also have fun and enjoyed each other's company. I guess he will say that himself, but yeah, it happens. But you get to the point where you realize that you're you better off maybe going separate ways. You're better off just going separate ways and the stuff when you just feel like things that are not working out. You are not like agreeing into the same things. You are kind of you are kind of growing away from each other. That's what I would say. But yeah, all I can say is that I wish him all the best, and I hope he wish me all the best. I know he's a handsome guy. He's a really, he's a handsome guy, and I know women is gonna. There is women who's gonna love to have him, and there is also a lot of handsome guys out there who's gonna love to have me. So instead of being in a relationship where we are treating each other bad, where we're not happy anymore, where we are arguing all the time, or we are like where we are, it looks like it's too hard for us to fix all the issues we had. It's either that we just go separate ways and go be with the people that we're gonna start a brand new and be happy with. So yeah, I mean, we are not together, I know. Looking but it's so hard to say like let me have like a plan B for relationship, because when you find a relationship you don't really plan it that you're gonna break up with that person. You always like find it over because you are planning to build something bigger with that person. So it's hard to fit to look a bigger picture and be like, what about this, what about if it doesn't work out, what's gonna happen? Like this is like in this relationship, I didn't see this breakup coming. I didn't see us breaking up. It was always I was to see a bigger picture for us someday getting married, which is close. Hopefully it was next year, having kids and growing, like growing financially, growing career wise, everything like us growing. But I didn't see this just happening this quick. But it happened, and it's the point where we just feel like it's sad that we stay separate ways because this will be our second breakup. Like we broke up before and then we're back together, and this was like, oh, hopefully this is the last time we don't our lesson, but it's not. So I will not go to so much details about our problems we had together and everything because it won't be fair for me talking our problems while the other significant is not here. So I rather just keep that private and tell you that yes, we broke up. Yes, we failed to fix the issues we had in our relationship. We failed to recognize that we were bigger than our challenging or issues that we had. That we failed to realize that we could figure it out, and that we chose to be mad at each other and makes like a small thing grow. Which all I can say is that I have to just learn it from my mistake because I'm not a perfect person. Neither he was a perfect person. We are humans making mistakes, but all I can say is maybe that I will learn from the mistakes happen and learn from the things that I passed through my past relationship and apply it to my future relationship and see how it works out maybe. So and all I can say is that we can only learn from our mistakes. We can only grow from our mistakes and the things that we do to make our future better and to not repeat the same mistakes and everything like that. So yeah, we are not together, and I know it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking for me. I mean, it took me like a few months because we broke up like kind of like 2 months and a half ago. But it took me this whole 2 months to just realize, like, you know what, this is over. I need to accept the reality, and I need to move on, and not just holding on like, oh, we're gonna go back together, we're gonna go back together, because that's how I was before when we used like to broke up like a little bit. And I just holding on and be like, you know what, we're gonna go back together. I know this is not something with breakers, and of course we will fix the problems. But this time I was like, when I'm gonna continue to just sit around and be like, no, this is gonna work out, this is gonna work out. When I can see that things are not working out, so that's when I was like, I need to just like move on, like move on and stuff. So it took me 2.5 months to let you guys know that we are not together, we are not a couple anymore, we are not dating anymore, we are not of course lovers, we are not in a relationship. So our relationship has ended, and I can only say like I don't know if we go back together. I don't know. Only God knows that person. The only God knows the answer, because He can only say like can never say never. But I can say right now we are not together. We are not a couple. We are not dating, and we're not even like I don't know. Right now it's like we're moving different ways. He probably already started dating. I'm not sure, but I don't know that. That would be him answer, who answered that. But what I can say we are not, and all of the things you can take it from it is that when you realize that relationship is not working and you're doing what you can to save it and it's not, you can only move on and move on slowly and work on yourself to be the better person you are and then learning from your mistake, hopefully to prepare yourself for the next Mr. Right, or the next Mr. Princess, So yeah, he's gonna find him a princess, and I'm gonna find him marking charming. I wish him all the best. I know I was better at him a couple months ago from now, but now I can only say like things happen, and I learned so much in our relationship that is gonna help me a lot in my future relationships. Because him and I was were together for so long for us just to throw each other like that, or to feel like we didn't have anything for our we didn't have anything together, because we had something together for 2.5 years, and we were madly in love, and things happened. We're not lovers, we're not anything, I know, but yeah. And it's so funny how like the more you can find love someone is the more you can like you can like not love them anymore. Like it's the same way they can, it's so funny. Like I'm saying, like how you've been in love, and the other time you are not. It's crazy and it's funny, because if you ask me like a few months it's ago right now, I will not say I will find myself in this situation saying like I broke up with my boyfriend, because the way I was in love with him and the way he was in love with me, I didn't see that coming. I will not even tell you that this will happen. I was already on this see that earth this time, like being so in love around this time and preparing to get married, but it's not what happened. So the only I can take from it is that even when you find it off with somebody, also plan a plan B about what about if this doesn't happen? What's gonna happen? Am I gonna be able to survive and move on and still happy and be the person that I am, and actually have the courage to grow, to stay strong, to achieve the things I want, even if I'm not with this person. Because the things happens, things happens in a relationship. You face so much challenging, so much problems, so much difficulties, and sometimes it's hard to fix those things that it can break you guys apart, just like he did it with my boyfriend. That hopefully my next relationship will be my last, because Yeah, because now we just turned down the 2019 wedding. I swear to God, we almost started inviting people for our wedding, but yeah, now I'm thinking how I'm gonna go into another years of dating to find a Mr. Lie. It's just too much. But yeah, and maybe the thing I can just add to it is that have you been in like in a relationship and have you broke up with the person you were in love with? You know, have you faced like a breakup? How did you move on? What did you do to move on and to feel happy again and to move on and forget about that person? To feel like okay, I accept the reality that I'm not with this person anymore. And then what do you do to move on from a breakup, from a relationship, especially the relationship that you were in for so long and have built something with that person, like you have so much to the history, like what did you do to move on and stuff like that, you know? And have you faced a breakup? Have you been in a breakup? Or if you're not, how do you plan if a breakup comes in your relationship? How do you plan to move on? How prepared are you with that? You know, just tell me about those things. If you've been heartbroken before, or if you broke somebody's heart before, anything. Just tell me about those love and breakups and couples stories like that. Come to that below. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. Yes, we're not together. Yes, I am single and ready to mingle. But yeah, other than that, it's sad. It's sad, but though, but what can you do other than moving on?